welcome you to the Raleigh County Convention Center, Dave Barksdale Court. This afternoon, Video Productions presents college basketball. It's a game between Indiana Southeast and WVU Tech. Hello again, everybody. I'm Maris Lowry. Eric Thomas is alongside as we get you ready for this conference college basketball game. And Eric, WVU Tech, if they've had a hot hand, they've had a really good year. They're 14-4 overall. They're 7-2 in league play. They've won their last two, and more importantly, maybe they're 6-1 at home. So they play very well in this building as they take on Indiana Southeast. They are 8-10 overall and 4-6 in league play. And
that's a good way to lead out, Maris, because anytime you're trying to win a conference, you have to play well at home and try to steal a couple, on the road. But if you can defend home court, and have a high winning percentage, it bodes well in conference play.
Exactly, and that's what I said when we just finished, Bill O'Brien and I, when we did the women's game. The women are struggling overall, and they're struggling at home. And I say the first thing about being a good basketball team, and I think you'll agree, Eric, on any level, NBA, major college, or at this level of college, even to the high school ranks, even I would say to middle school, that you have to be good at home. It's hard because it's hard to win on the road. So first of all, if you're not good at home, you're usually not good all the way around.
Well, you know how it is, Maris. Everything's better at home. You like to watch TV at home. Right. Everything your viewership at home is more pleasing. And you're right. If you're a coach, a lot of teams you should go undefeated on your home court if you want to do anything, in high school, middle school, or like you said, anywhere.
The one thing about it with this Tech team, and I know, Eric, you have watched Tech for the first time you've called a game with me this season. This will be my fourth Tech game. The way they play a great style, and I'll tell you, even though we have the 30-second shot clock, very rarely has the clock gotten down under 10 seconds. They really like to get it up and push it.
Yeah, very efficient. And like I said, I hadn't had a chance to call the games, but I've viewed several that you've called, and they play a fun brand of basketball. They get up and down the court. They defend. They play it like it's supposed to be played.
And the thing about it, of course, I really didn't have a lot of time to get a deep scouting report on Indiana Southeast, but, Eric, they're right in front of us warming up. They've got size, so I don't know if they like to play as fast, but they definitely, with the size they have, look like they'll have a height advantage.
Yeah, they have a height advantage, and you also touched in your limited preview of the game. They have a 30-point a game score. We don't know the exact amount, but his name is Jacoby Hendricks. And me coming from a shooting background or scoring back, anytime that you can score, put it in the basket that much, you have a chance to win.
Well, a lot of good things happen when you put the ball in the hoop, right?
That's right. Everything, the defense is better. You can get into your sets defensively the more you score. So it's going to be fun to watch.
Well, both teams going through their warm-up. We'll take a break, get you ready. We're about 4 or 5 minutes away from getting this game started as you're watching live streaming coverage of WVU Tech basketball here on Video Productions.
Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
At Access Health, we believe there's a difference between care and caring. We know you by name, and our 26 locations keep you healthy so that you can do the things that truly matter.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
bite. Better with Pepsi.
West Virginia Orthotic and Prosthetic Center provides orthotic and prosthetic devices, promoting the highest level of personal and professional patient care. West Virginia O&P has a state-of-the-art fabrication facility where devices are produced, customized, and fitted in-house by our fully certified staff. We are honored to have the opportunity to work with our veteran population, providing them with the highest level of care and support. We are conveniently located in Beckley, just off I-64 at the Brookshire Lane Medical Park. Please call for a free evaluation or contact us online.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center here in Beckley. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. Jackie Moon on camera. And we're moments away from getting the ball game started. Getting ready to have the player introductions between the two teams. WVU Tech enters the ball game 14-4 overall. They're 7-2 in league play. They're 6-1 at home here in this building. For Indiana Southeast, they're 8-10 overall and 4-6 in league play. So we're getting ready to have the player introductions for Indiana Southeast, and Wiley Brown is their coach. And one thing, Eric, and we touched about it in our brief pregame, that they have a guy, University of Indiana Southeast, by the name of Jacoby Hendricks, and he can light it up. He is averaging 30 points a game. And you know how hard that is? I mean, to average 30 points a game, they got to shoot twice as much as you used to shoot, right?
That's correct. Hey, anytime you don't see a bad shot if you can average that much because you're putting it in the bucket.
Well, that's the thing. You know, a lot of other things, good things happen when you put the ball in the basket. And as you mentioned, you know, we talk about the way that Tech plays and how efficient they are, but also when you have a kid like that, like Hendricks, that can light it up for 30 a game, it also gives you an opportunity to set up your defense as well.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff, you know, goes off of made shots in basketball. A lot of defense is predicated off of getting into your full court pressure, you know, and stopping transition.
So the player introductions are taking place now. It is Jacoby Hendricks, as I mentioned. He'll wear number 3. He's averaging 30 a game. J.J. Reed will be in the starting lineup. Lane Louderbaugh in the lineup, as well as Ethan Hadaway and Jaden Johnson are the starting 5 for Wiley Brown's University of Indiana Southeast. Now, Indiana Southeast is located right on the corner between Indiana and Kentucky. Actually, we're just outside of the city of Louisville, but on the Indiana side. And they said it took 4 hours and 40 minutes to get here by bus as they got here this morning. Now the Tech Golden Bears, as their coach is Coach George Wilmore. And here's a player I really like, Ashton Parker. And Eric, he's kind of a tweener. You know, that's why. I think he's a very good player. I think if he was 3 inches taller, he might be able to play at a higher level than Tech. And I'm not saying that this is not a bad level to play at, but I'm just saying if he was a little taller, he could go at a little bit higher up.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. He is an explosive player, but he's one of those, and you don't mean anything bad about that. But sometimes, you know, I was kind of a tweener as a player too. You get up there to 6'4", 6'5", and you're stuck in between. You don't shoot well enough to be, you know, a two guard, but you're not tall enough to really play those bigs, you know, at the next level. One
thing we'll get here this afternoon, of course, Andrew Work, the product from Oak Hill, he's going to play. He's hurt. He's not starting. So, therefore, both Cole and Braden Chapman, both Chapman brothers will be out there. But a guy we've got to tell you about for Tech, Brant Smithers. He made 11 threes in their last game. Now, that's lighting it up. 33 points from downtown.
Yeah, and anytime you can shoot like that creates a lot of offense for everyone else, because the scouting report next game is don't let him get hot behind that three-point line.
So it'll be Parker in the center circle. He will jump against Reed. Ashton Parker jumping against J.J. Reed. Of course, Tech wearing the white uniforms, trimmed in blue and gold. And then not really maroon, but kind of, I don't know what you call that, maybe a scarlet-type maroon is the uniforms for Indiana Southeast. And we are ready to go. Got a nice crowd here, too, here at the Raleigh County Convention Center. Ball in the air, and it's controlled by Indiana Southeast. So Tech's going to come out and play man-to-man. And we'll see, Eric, if right off the bat there's a steal. Parker goes in, slam, dunk right off the bat.
And he's making you look good, and defense turning into offense right there, Maris, for the Golden Bears.
Yeah, what I was getting ready to say is we'll see on the first possession if Indiana wants to use their size inside, and then they throw it away, and that's a running shot that's missed, and Parker comes out of there with the rebound.
So this is the stat line for Parker as Tech rocks the rim on the next possession.
Haley with a slam dunk. So just like that, back-to-back possessions and 2 slam dunks in a quick timeout.
On the replay, good transition, getting the ball out, finding the cutter for the stuff.
Well, you got to like that to have a guy go up and slam it home with one hand.
Hey, just one hand and a quick timeout, less than 50 seconds into the contest.
For me to dunk it, I would need a ladder or a step stool. I don't think I can go up and with one hand.
Hey, the only way you can dunk it if my man Tony Jones bought you a cup of coffee and a donut.
Yeah, by the way, my man Tony Jones, we appreciate Tony Jones sitting right here beside me. He's the security for Eric and I, keeping Eric and I in line. Always a pleasure whenever Tony makes his way. Of course, his hometown Beckley, now living in Westerville, Ohio. Appreciate Tony hanging out with us this afternoon. So out of the timeout, let's see what Indiana Southeast will cook up. They haven't even got off the bus yet, and Tech done throw two slam dunks on them.
And it's just tough, and that's one thing you touch on, traveling during the same day. Man, it's tough to get your legs underneath you. You better get right quick against this Tech team, though.
Yeah, we're under 10 on the shot clock. Been good Tech defense, down to 4 on the shot clock. They just get a shot off ahead of the shot clock, and it doesn't go. And I think that was really good defense. It rushed the shot.
And you know something that doesn't go into the stats, right there, Cole Chapman boxed out, didn't get the rebound, but allowed Tech, to garner the rebound.
Smithers, can he continue the hot hand? He can. He made 11 threes on Tuesday, and he picks up this afternoon where he left off, and Tech off to a good start, a touchdown and an extra point for a 7-0 lead.
And that looked good leaving his hands. Nice rotation, good lift, good bounce, nice shot.
Well, when you're feeling it like that, you just think that you just keep firing it up.
Hey, we see here on the replay, that was right beside the coach. The coach for Indiana Southwest, Wiley Brown, was like, pick him up, and it was too late.
15 on the shot clock for Indiana Southeast. Perhaps a push-off. There's a little lean in off the window. Count if it goes, and there's a foul. That's a nice play by, let's see, who was that?
Lane Latterball.
Latterball with the bucket and draws the foul, so that stops the bleeding momentarily. That stops the 7-0 run to start the game.
And that was whistled on the foul on Thomas Haley for Tech.
And the free throw's good, so the three-point play is completed. 2 minutes into the game, we've got a lot of action. There's Chapman in the front court. There's 2 of them out there. There's Cole Chapman and there's Braden Chapman. Braden Chapman has the ball now. Here's Cole Chapman on the drive. They cut him off. Here's Braden Chapman for 3. Back iron, long rebound. And running the rebound down is Hendricks. Hendricks is a guy you want to keep an eye on, and he's yet to shoot, though, Eric. And he's averaging 30 a game. And where's number 3?
Well, that just shows you a good scouting report right now by Tech and Coach Wilmer, because if you have someone averaging 30 points or close to coming in, nice pick and roll.
Yes, and a slam dunk. Again, a beautiful play. And a great finish right there at the rim by Haley.
Yeah, Haley has some hops, but great ball movement. Tech, I'm really impressed early on with how they're sharing the basketball offensively as IU Southeast turns it over. Excuse me.
Here's Chapman. He gets the ball down low. Parker. Smithers for 3. That's a little strong, and the rebounds ran down in the corner. And back on the attack comes Hendricks. Whips a pass down low. Beautiful pass and a nice finish by Lauterbach.
And he has all 5 of Indiana Southeast points.
So back and forth, both teams go.
Well, that's where size took over right there.
Yes.
He cut him off going into the lane.
Smithers dials it up from distance. It doesn't go. He had a good look. And nice rotation on his shot.
Good release, high release, good-looking shot.
Here's a 3 on the other side. Good. That 3 is dropped in by Reed.
And just like that, they settled down and cut the lead to 1. Good ball movement, good-looking 3.
In the women's game, the women scored the first 5. And now in the men's game, they scored the first 7. And as you mentioned, a nice return back, a nice run back by Southeast Indiana. Very seldom does the shot clock go under 10 for Tech as it does now. And Chapman lost control of the ball.
His brother cleans it up.
It's a nice play just ahead of the shot clock. A beautiful finish by Parker. Here's Reed trying to dial up another 3. He's got it. Back-to-back 3s to tie the game. That's one thing. When you feel it, Eric, you just got to keep putting it up.
Yeah, and then they were able to extend that defensive pressure on Tech and slow them down offensively.
Now Haley on the low post. Backs his man down. Nice pass inside for a slam. Dunk again by Parker. Well, that rim downers taking punishment. The way Tech's already got 5 slams here in the first 5 minutes of the game.
5 slams and a 3. That's the way you play exciting basketball.
Yes. We've got a nice crowd on hand here this afternoon.
Good defense by Braden Chapman.
Nice pass inside, and that's a nice finish that time. Hadaway, and we got a timeout on the floor. So we're all even at 13, 14:53 remaining for the first half. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll take it with them, be right back. Actually, it will be a full timeout, and we'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
West Virginia Orthotic and Prosthetic Center provides orthotic and prosthetic devices, promoting the highest level of personal and professional patient care. West Virginia O&P has a state-of-the-art fabrication facility where devices are produced, customized, and fitted in-house by our fully certified staff. We are honored to have the opportunity to work with our veteran population, providing them with the highest level of care and support. We are conveniently located in Beckley, just off I-64 at the Brookshire Lane Medical Park. Please call for a free evaluation or contact us online.
This game is sponsored by Brian Helton. Brian is running to represent you in the state senate. Brian is the conservative choice for Raleigh, Wyoming, and Fayette counties. He is pro-life and supports our Second Amendment rights. Brian Helton will work hard to make it happen. Paid for by Helton for West Virginia. Kayla Kessinger, Treasurer.
This afternoon's game is brought to you in part by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. The only number you need to know, and I needed to know the number this week. Modley was at my place yesterday. That's 304-253-HELP. Modley's Plumbing and Heating. Also, the game this afternoon brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. February 10th, 2 weeks from tonight, they'll have Sweetheart Futuristic Bowling, $17 a person, $32 a couple. You can dial them up at 304-253-7328 to make your reservations. Out of the timeout, game tied at 13. And into the ball game, Eric, is Andrew Work from Oak Hill. He's normally a starter, but because of a hand injury, he's coming off the bench here this afternoon.
Yeah, and that's one sign of good depth by this Tech team.
Here's Chapman under 10 on the clock. Gets into the lane. A little scoop shot. It won't go. Long rebound comes back out. A new clock. Also another new player into the game to put up that 3. That new player into the game is Craven, and he misses a 3 ball. And now here is Southeast Indiana with a chance to take their first lead of the game. Reed's had a hot hand, and now they're going to turn it over.
Yeah, but spacing was poor on the dribble hands off right there and turned it over.
Well, Tech is shooting 6 of 10 to this point. And Indiana Southeast is 5 of 8 from the floor.
As you can see, the defenders from Southeast are really sticking with this. Chapman raises up. Braden Chapman from deep with a 3.
So Chapman able to regain the lead for Tech as he hits that deep 3, as Eric told you. New player into the ball game, Carr into the lineup for Indiana Southeast. Reed for the lead. It's short, and Work clears the rebound.
Looks like it's something with Work's thumb, the way it's,
That was the injury he had right there on his thumb. His hand, his Work makes his move to the basket. They cut him off. Tech not to be in no hurry, 15 to shoot. Work,
nice quick
move. Tax the basket, count if it goes. It doesn't go, but Work will draw the foul and step up to the line.
Well, sorry to step on you there, partner, but a great explosion by Work as he caught it and got into the paint. I mean, he was decisive with the ball and picks up the foul and goes to the line to try to get 2.
Yeah, you got to respect Work's jump shot so that when you get up on him, he's able to take you off the dribble and attack the basket. So Work at the line, free throw is no good. And he'll have another one coming. Crowd starting to file in. Of course, we'll have a high school game that will follow this. Eric and I will have it. It'll be Beckley. They'll try to dust themselves off after losing 2 in a row. They'll take on Huntington.
And that's a tough team to try to dust it off against right there, the Huntington Highlanders rolling into town.
Yeah, Work missed both free throws, uncharacteristic of him.
Yeah, that hand. It was his hand, Coach. You know.
Well, that's what they say, right? Is that what you told your coach when you
You
missed?
always look at it, right? You look at that hand. The hand did you wrong, and Work gets his hand caught in the cookie jar right there.
Yeah. So whenever you miss a shot, like I remember your brother telling me one time, like you scored like, what'd you have? You had like 40-something in the game,
yeah,
and then you could have had 50, but you missed all them free throws. Did you keep looking at your hand? Is that what you did?
I had 36, missed 14 free throws. Yeah, it was my hand did me wrong that night.
Yeah. Coming up on the 13-minute mark of this first half. It's been a very exciting, entertaining first half. Shot clock down to 7. Nice spin into the lane. The shot up and in. What a nice move that was by Louderbaugh.
And that's his 7th point.
And that will cut the Tech lead to 1.
Louderbaugh is balling.
Yes, he
right
is.
Now. Yes.
Here's Work into the lane. Work trying to find somebody open. We're going to get under 10 in the shot clock. Tech's going to have to go fast, down to 4 on the clock, and travel. And I was going to say that was really good defense because very seldom do you see Tech go that deep in the clock.
Yeah, and what Southeast did a good job of really getting in the shooter's space. You're not just up on them and making their offense really engage way beyond the three-point line.
Richard Lang is into the game for IU Southeast, and man, he looks like he's right about 7 foot. And here's a chance for IU Southeast to take their first lead of the game. Here's Reed for 3, and it's good. That's his 3rd 3.
3 for 3. He's hot off the bus.
And that's the first lead of the ball game for Indiana Southeast. Here's Chapman on the drive.
And right now, Tech's offense looks a little out of sync, not crisp like it was the first couple of minutes of the contest.
Well, you're right, because now here they're up under 9, but that's a nice play. Haley able to go to the basket and lay it up and in. That's a nice finish with the left hand for Haley.
And great entry pass by Braden Chapman, leading them to the bucket, not leading them into a charge.
Here's Carr with it on the drive. Into the corner. 3, good. And that's the lane. Louderbaugh again. He's got the hot hand.
Yeah, that puts him in double figures to lead all scorers.
There's a foul. That's a good drive to the basket as Parker will draw the foul.
And that's going to be on Richard Lang.
So Ashton Parker will get to the line to shoot 2.
And both teams, just only 2 team fouls, apiece. Tech's 0 of 2 at the free throw line as Work stepped up and missed both.
Yep, and then that's also after Work missed 2. Now that's the front end of a 2-shot opportunity that's missed by Parker. So Tech has now missed their last 3 foul shots. Parker ready. And he missed that one. So Work and Parker both come up empty on their chances at the free throw line. Here's Reed. He's had a good first half up to this point.
Those are things that come back in a tightly contested game like this. You're down 3 and you miss 4, so do the math.
And here's another thing, too, is the ball was loose for a minute, and Southeast Indiana would get it. 4 on the clock. Were they going to get the shot off? I don't think they will. And there's a steal. Play on. There's a pass a little too far. Craven will dial it up for 3 and hit.
Tie ball game, just like that.
Got a football score, 21 apiece.
3 touchdowns and 3 extra points.
Yes. And, here's the thing, I think, Eric, if you're Indiana Southeast, here you are in a tie game. and your guy that scores 30 a game and he ain't even scored yet.
Hey, that bodes well for you.
Yeah.
If you're, on the road like that, and hasn't even shot.
No, he hasn't even taken a shot. He's averaging 30 a game. And now he's back into the game, and we're talking about the young man right there, Jacoby Hendricks. But, yeah, I mean, we played almost the half of this first half, and he hasn't even taken a shot yet.
Hey, that shows you he's letting everybody else get involved.
I guess. He must really be the microwave on steroids,
That's
right?
That's correct.
So here's Tech trying to regain the lead on this possession.
Those microwaves heat up a lot faster now than they did back in, our day.
Yeah, that's for sure. Haley with it, under 10 to shoot. Nice pass down low, and Parker able to finish. Tech regains the lead. Glad you're with us here this afternoon on Video Productions. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. Heavy hitter Mr. Nick Eskins producing and directing. And Jackie Moon on camera. There's a drive on the baseline. The short shot is no good, and there's your 30-point a game guy, Hendricks, but he left that short.
Left it short, just not getting anything to fall because he's not shooting much. That's his first take, and that came under 10 minutes to go in the quarter.
Tech going one-on-one. Yeah, that time Haley just backs his man down and able to shoot and score.
Nice finish with that left, a little fadeaway jump hook on the baseline.
Right now, Tech's on a 7-0 run. Louderbaugh with a hot hand, and he continues to have the hot hand. That stops a 7-0 Tech run with that bucket.
Yeah, and Louderbaugh has 12 of the 23 up for Indiana.
Here's Parker. Leaves it for Haley. Haley trying to back his man down. Nice move with the left hand, and he scores.
Back-to-back buckets by Haley.
Ball's out of bounds. It's a turnover. It'll go over to Tech.
Great defense. Quick hands by Braden Chapman. Knocking it off the
and we'll
Southeast.
have a timeout, a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 8-11 for the first half. Tech up 4, 27-23. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
State Ford, where every deal is a Big John deal. Northside Drive, Route 19 in Summersville. Come see why people from all over the great state of West Virginia are making the drive to Summersville. Incredible deals on brand new Fords. The state's guaranteed lowest price on brand new F-150s, Super Duties, and more. Plus incredible service after the sale at Mid-State Ford, Northside Drive, right off of Route 19 in Summersville. Online anytime at midstatefordwv.com.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
Welcome you back into the Raleigh County Convention Center with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry, heavy hitter Nick Eskins producing and directing. Jackie Moon on camera. And Eric, right now, 8-11 remain in the first half. We got a good one. Tech up by 4.
Yeah, and Tech, down at 3 at one point. So this is what a 9.
Well, it was a 7-0 run to that last bucket.
Yes. Okay. So 7-2 run.
Yep.
To take the lead.
So out of the timeout, Tech has it. Coming up on the 8-minute mark of the first half.
And out of the timeout, we have a new Tech player in. This Cameron Danzer is inserted into the lineup.
And here's Chapman on the drive, and he draws the foul. That's a good hard take.
Good hard take. I was going to say it was a late whistle. Probably just wanted to see if the shot was going to fall, but good aggressive drive, and Braden Chapman gets to the line 4-2.
So Braden Chapman at the free throw line to shoot a pair.
And he needs to break this streak for Tech as they're 0 for 4 at the free throw line.
And the free throw is good. So is that that's a curse in reverse, right?
Yeah, I reversed the curse.
Yeah, something like that. That's what Bill O'Brien told me in the first game. So Tech now expands the lead to 5, and now make it a 6-point advantage. So it's an 8-2 run right now. Well, actually, yep. Actually going back, yeah.
9.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Actually going back, it's an 11-2 run. There's a lot of contact as Hendricks goes to the bucket, and they say play on.
Play on and bounce pass. What a feed by Braden Chapman.
Yes, and a beautiful finish by Danzer.
Wow, that was fundamental. You don't see nice bounce passes like that. That's old school basketball by Braden Chapman.
Biggest lead of the game right here for Tech at 8. There's a rejection. Parker coming over for the help.
And the bench was doing the Dikembe Mutombo.
Not on my watch.
Not on my watch. As we look at this bounce pass here on the replay, and great finish. Led him right to the hoop.
Louder ball for 3. A splashdown as he looks at the Tech bench and gives him the 3-ball sign.
His second 3 and 13th point. You know, as you stated, I'd like to see what his average is, and 1 on the other end by Braden Chapman. I can't even get my thoughts out. The pace of this game is so.
That's what I say. I love the style of play, the way Tech plays. As soon as somebody makes it, or if they miss it, they either get the rebound or they pull the ball right out of the net and they get the ball right up the floor.
And that foul was on Lane Louderbaugh. And if you think about it, Maris, he's the one that hit the 3 on the previous possession, but Tech got it out the net. He didn't get back. He was doing his 3-ball, dancing and celebrating. This guy was on the other end shooting a layup as Chapman hits the free throw.
Now, apparently, I have him for 3. Apparently, they called that a 2. They have 25 on the scoreboard. So apparently, his foot was on the line on that last, which we thought was a 3. So this is the biggest lead of the game right here for Tech. The score is 34-25. Coming up on 6.5 remaining here in the opening half. There's a pass down low, and as he made the catch, Parker, he's out of bounds.
Yeah, led him just a little too much. Cole Chapman did on the pick and roll. A lot of contact, but they're letting him play. It's only 6 total team fouls called.
Right.
Here.
Yeah, 4 on Indiana and 2 on Tech. And that's good defense as Hendrick, like I said, he comes in averaging 30 a game, and he's yet to score here this afternoon. Jacoby Hendricks. And, Eric, that's amazing on any level for somebody to be able to average 30 a game.
Yes, it is.
Good Tech defense. And there's a little shot into the lane and a putback. Reed right there in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, Reed's going to get the hoop and the harm, and that's going to be on Brant Smithers picks up the cheap foul right here. And as we saw it on the Chick-fil-A instant replay.
So Reed cannot polish off the three-point play, and the ball is out of bounds over to Tech. So got a 7-point advantage. Tech has possession of the ball.
So out of the 27 points for Indiana Southeast, 2 players have scored 25 of the 27.
There's Parker with a lot of contact and no whistle. It's like a playground game.
And Parker's in double figures with 10 for Tech.
But, Eric, and I think you agree, as long as it's consistent, which it has been on both sides, you don't mind. As Louderbaugh missed that little finger roll.
Well, it's the next level basketball. You got to be strong with it.
Here's a drive. Smithers gets to the rim. He'll puts it up and in and draw the foul.
Hey, Smithers said, I made 11 the last game, made my first 3 here. Now I'm going to get 3 the hard way.
And, boy, he did. That was a good hard take to the basket. And he got the hoop and the harm, and he'll try to polish off a 3-point play. Liam Craven will check back in.
And that was whistled on Davenport for Southeast.
And the free throw is good.
His rotation is a thing of beauty.
Yes.
As he knocks down the old-fashioned 3-point play.
So biggest lead of the game's here at 12, 5.5 here remaining in the first half. And Hendricks, who's had a tough time here in this first half. He puts it on the deck, attacks the rim, puts it up.
It's going to be on the ground.
Right. But even though he followed through with that player, you can see why he scores like he does.
Yes. Very aggressive. That's going to be on Haley. That's going to be his second. Thomas Haley picks up his second.
Here's a 3 is no good. That 3 was put up by Hendricks. Had a hand in his face. And here's Parker the other way. They'll try to go back door here. Reverse layup, a little too strong. That was put up by Craven, and back the other way comes Indiana Southeast. The little floater is good by Hendricks. That's his first bucket.
His first bucket comes exactly at the 5-minute mark of the first half.
So that trims the Tech lead to 10. Tech 7-2 in league play, 14-4 overall. They're 6-1 here in this building. They play very well here. And now Tech turns it over. As checking back into the ball game, Braden Chapman will check in, and I think we'll have a timeout. So 4:44 remaining in the first half. Tech's up 10, 39-29. And I do believe we're going to have a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Be right back here on Video Productions.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
West Virginia Orthotic and Prosthetic Center provides orthotic and prosthetic devices, promoting the highest level of personal and professional patient care. West Virginia O&P has a state-of-the-art fabrication facility where devices are produced, customized, and fitted in-house by our fully certified staff. We are honored to have the opportunity to work with our veteran population, providing them with the highest level of care and support. We are conveniently located in Beckley, just off I-64 at the Brookshire Lane Medical Park. Please call for a free evaluation or contact us online.
This game is sponsored by Brian Helton. Brian is running to represent you in the state senate. Brian is the conservative choice for Raleigh, Wyoming, and Fayette counties. He is pro-life and supports our Second Amendment rights. Brian Helton will work hard to make it happen. Paid for by Helton for West Virginia. Kayla Kessinger, Treasurer.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel, the country store with locations in Beckley and Princeton. When you go there, if you love Cracker Barrel the way I do, it's not bacon or sausage, it's bacon and sausage. Love me some pig from Cracker Barrel. So out of the timeout, it'll be Indiana Southeast ball. They trail by 10. Hendricks on the drive into the lane. Little short jump shot is in. That's a good offensive play.
And Hendricks trying to heat up a little bit as he scores back-to-back buckets to trim the lead to 8.
So here's Chapman with it. We got a whistle away from the ball. We got a double foul. Now, the X's, when they usually see that, that normally means an intentional foul, but that could either be an intentional foul or a double foul. So if it's an intentional foul, that would be shots, and looks like that's the case. It is not a double foul, Eric. I beg your pardon. It's an intentional foul, and that'll get Hendricks at the line to shoot 2.
So they whistled that on.
I didn't see who they put it up on the board.
It's Parker, Ashton Parker.
Yep, an intentional foul. So Hendricks averaging 30 will get to the line, and you're not going to get to 30 missing free throws, will you, Eric?
Yeah, not like that. Tough miss.
You wouldn't even get to 20 missing like that, would you? Second free throw, he got 1 of 2. That'll trim the lead to 7.
Now they get possession.
That is correct.
I actually didn't see,
I didn't see it either. But the official was right on it. And, no one from Tech argued it. So, I mean, I'm sure the referees, I think it's been a well-officiated game.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And they were right on it. So here's Hendricks shaking and baking. Attacks the basket, little floater. It won't go as Parker will clear the rebound.
And once again, Braden Chapman does great work on the defensive side of the basketball.
Yeah, you got to keep the guy in front of you.
Yeah, and he did. And make it a contested shot. You don't have to block it. You just have to make it tough.
So here's Parker on the dribble. And thought he was going to try to take it to the basket. Hands it to Chapman. 8 on the shot clock. Smithers got fouled as he goes to the basket, and he'll get to the line to shoot a pair.
Nice strong take by Smithers as he gets to the free throw line for 2. And that was going to be on Armani Carr for Southeast.
Coming up at halftime, we'll recap the first half. We'll look forward to the second half. Smithers' first free throw is good. We'll tell you, we've got a boys basketball game to follow here on Video Productions. Game 3 of 3. Eric and I will have the Beckley-Huntington game. Beckley coming off of 2 straight losses to George Washington Shady. See if they can get back in the win column. Both free throws are made, and that gets the lead back to 9. Tech is led by as many as 11.
This is a crucial point, leading into halftime for IU Southeast right here. So,
and we got an offensive foul and illegal screen.
Yeah.
The one thing I do like, and I know this is not maybe that big of a deal, Eric, but I do like that when the officials, because of the black uniforms and the white stripes, they got pink whistles, and it's very easy to detect that,
Yeah,
you can kind of see what's going on the play.
Yeah, I never noticed that, but that's.
Yeah, it stood out right away, and now you can kind of see what actually, like when they make a call. They go to Haley there in the low post, trying to back his man down, trying to go two-man game, and they turned it over. Good job by Chapman.
Yeah, great hustle by Cole and Braden Chapman harassing, the transition.
Jaden Johnson was the player for Indiana, and, he thought maybe he's going to have an easy layup, and not so fast, as we saw the replay there. So coming up on the final 3 minutes of the half. What has been a very exciting, very entertaining game. Hendricks trying to back Chapman down. Good defensive job by Chapman, and the ball's knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with Indiana Southeast. New player into the game for Indiana Southeast, Matthew Jones into the ball game. Matthew Jones in. Here's a deep three. Doesn't go. Battle for the rebound. Smithers comes out of there with it. Chapman on the drive, and he throws it away.
Yeah, turnover. Got too deep on the dribble right there, and it's a tough pass.
And there's a new player into the ball game, Nolan Davenport, and he went in for that layup, and he was stripped.
One thing Tech does, Maris, is they really get back in transition defense. Once the turnover happened, they all ran to the paint on the other end trying to stop transition.
Here's Reed trying to back the defender down. Now Hendricks around the horn they go. Davenport with it now. Hendricks on a drive to the basket. Over to Reed for three. Splash down as Reed hits another three ball.
That's his fourth three of the first half.
Trims the Tech lead to 6. Coming up on the 2-minute mark of the first half. Cole Chapman with a nice pass, and that's Parker with the finish. And, that's one thing, Eric, you had mentioned, it's so right, how good Tech passes the ball and they find the open guy.
Yeah, good. They good, better, best. They share it, and ball movement is the key to offense.
Ball's tipped out of bounds. It'll stay here with Indiana Southeast. They'll have 14 to shoot. We've got a new player checking back into the ball game for Tech. It'll be Danzer. Cameron Danzer will check back in. And Haley will have a seat. Three ball, good. The three is good by Hendricks. He's starting to warm up a little bit.
Yeah, he has 8 points, and they've all come in the last 5 minutes of the first half.
Tech is led by as many as 11. The lead is 5 now. Here's a three. Good. Smithers rains a three.
Braden Chapman with the extra pass to a hot-handed Smithers as he bangs one home from deep.
Like I say, that's like a three-point layup when you see Smithers launch that three ball. Final minute of the first half.
I mean, that's his 13th three-point make.
Yeah, in 2 games.
In 2 games.
Yeah.
That's a career
steal
for a lot of people.
Yeah. Chapman for three. That's a little strong. Battle for the loose ball. It's down on the floor. It's out of bounds. It will go over to Indiana. And the one thing, Eric, and now Indiana are at, as we watch the replay, are at 17 fouls.
Yeah, let's see this replay because the refs are all over it, but I think this might have been touched.
Let's see.
Last by.
And
I think Indiana.
Might have been hard to overturn that one.
Hard to overturn, but yeah, that's.
But what I was going to say, as aggressive as this game's been, you just haven't had a lot of fouls. The game has not been bogged down with fouls. Hendricks, and that's a little strong.
And you're right, and to touch on what you're talking about, I mean, it's been played real clean as far as they're not calling ticky-tack touch fouls. They're letting the guys decide it. They look a little confused here, Tech does, on offense.
There's about 5 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. And we're under 10 for the shot clock.
Need to go now if you're going to get one off.
And they're going to whip it out. Smithers down the lane, little floaters. Good, just ahead of the shot clock buzzer. And, you know, that's really not a bad foul if you're Tech with 2.7 left in the half.
Yes, only your 6th foul of the first half. So it's going to be a side out with 2.7 seconds to go here in the half. I think that's a good foul.
Really good foul.
Stop maybe a transition layup.
So last shot time for Southeast Indiana. Reed, a fall-away three. It doesn't go, and that's how we close out the first half. A very entertaining, exciting first half. At the break, a 10-point lead for West Virginia Tech as they have a 48-38 lead. We'll come back. We'll recap the first half. We'll go inside the numbers. We'll do that when we return here on Video Productions.
It's 4th down, seconds on the clock. He hands it off, finds a hole in the middle. Clear, nothing but
Ryan moves!
Incredible. A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
Total point. Oh, they got it. And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. And we're going to recap the first half. And recapping the first half is brought to you by Infinity Co. Infinity Co. offers no premium, no deductible health insurance with dental and vision coverage. They also offer a company-paid life insurance, prescription drug coverage, and a company-matching 401k plan. That is the fine folks at Infinity Co. You can apply on their Facebook page at United Coal Company, or you can pick up an application at the Guard Shack located Independence Road in Sophia, West Virginia. Also being brought to you by Indoor Air. Indoor Air is your Amana dealer. You can call up Indoor Air at 304-890-2212. Indoor Air is a proud sponsor of sports in the great state of West Virginia. Well, Tech scored the first 7 points of the ball game. They got off to a 7-0 lead. Got that lead to 9-3 before Indiana Southeast came roaring back to tie the game at 11. It was tied at 13. Tech went back out in front 16-13, tied at 18. Back and forth we went. Tech got the lead by as big as 11, and the lead is now 10 at the break, 48-38. We're going to take another break. When we come back, Eric will go inside the numbers of the first half, and we'll do it on the other side here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that.
Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience, 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With Compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, and Jackie Moon on camera. It's a 10-point Tech lead, 48-38. We're going to go inside the numbers of the first half, and inside the numbers of the first half are brought to you by Edward Jones Financial Advisors. If you need a financial advisor, you can dial up Heather Cantley at 304-254-9995. And whatever you're attempting to do, whether you're currently working or looking forward to retirement, Heather can help you out in whatever you decide. Also, the ball game and inside the numbers being brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. 2 weeks from tonight, we'll have a Sweetheart Futuristic Bowling on Saturday, February the 10th. That'll go from 10 p.m. to midnight, just $17 a person, $32 a couple. Reserve your lane now. You can call Leisure Lanes at 304-253-7328. For the numbers of the first half, here's Eric.
Okay, Maris, both teams shot really well in the first half. For Indiana Southeast, they were 15 of 31 from the field, which is 48%. They were 6 of 13 from 3, which is 46%, so good balance. But on the flip side, Tech got 5 less shots, but had 4 more makes from the field. They were 19 of 26, and that's a blistering 73%, and 4 of 9 from 3. You know, really knocking down shots, and that's 44%, and that forged them to this lead in the first half. So leading scorers for both teams, Tech was led by the 13 points of Brent Smithers. Ashton Parker had 12, Braden Chapman 8, and Thomas Haley, another double-figure scorer, with 10. On the flip side, the leading scorer for Indiana Southeast came in averaging close to 30 points a game, or 30 points a game. Jacoby Hendricks had 8 points, and all 8 points came in the final 5 minutes of the first half, so maybe he's heating up. But they had some balance. Out of their 38 points, they got 28 from 2 people. J.J. Reed had 14, and he knocked down 4 3-pointers in the first half, and Lane Latterball had 14 to lead the way for Southeast.
And, you know, Eric, of these numbers, one of the things that jumps out at me is only 2 of 4 from the line is Indiana Southeast. So I think if they're going to rally to win this game on the road, I think they got to be more aggressive and get to the line more.
And that shows you what eyeball tests can do, because you and I both immediately said they had the height advantage. But Tech has really neutralized them with their stellar defense, on-ball defense. So they've never really been able to get it inside that I can think maybe one time from a post player. Ethan Hadaway has 2 points. Everything else has been perimeter oriented.
Right. You know, just about half of their shots, 13, I realize not quite half, but 13 of their 31 shots on the floor have been from behind the arc.
Yeah, and a lot of people, you know, and the coach can't even really complain to the refs. You know, if you're jacking threes up, you can't look at the ref and go,
right,
hey, man, look at the foul discrepancy. Well, you're shooting jump shots. You really have to attack the rim, so maybe they'll try to do that here in the second half.
And, of course, Tech got to the line 10 times, but they missed 4 of them.
Yeah, I mean, that's 60%. And that's wild. We talk about this a lot. You're talking about a team that shoots this efficient from the free throw line. They missed their first 4. They made their last 6, but and they were down 3 at that point, 21-18, and they were 0 for 4 at the free throw line.
Yep. Well, Tech's up 10 now, 48-38. We'll take another break, come back, get you ready for the second half. You're watching live streaming coverage of WU Tech basketball here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Midstate Ford, where every deal is a Big John deal. Northside Drive, Route 19 in Summersville. Come see why people from all over the great state of West Virginia are making the drive to Summersville. Incredible deals on brand new Fords. The state's guaranteed lowest price on brand new F-150s, Super Duties, and more. Plus incredible service after the sale at Midstate Ford, Northside Drive, right off of Route 19 in Summersville. Online anytime at MidstateFordWV.com.
At Access Health, we believe there's a difference between care and caring. We know you by name, and our 26 locations keep you healthy so that you can do the things that truly matter.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Hey, grab me one too.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, and Jackie Moon on camera. And we're about 2.5 minutes away from starting the second half. Tech's up 10, 48-38. So first of all, Eric, if you were a fly on the wall in the locker room of Indiana Southeast, what do you think that Coach Wally Brown might have told the troops?
Early in this second half, you got to get Jacoby Hendricks involved and maybe get him going. We saw what he could do in that last 5 minutes. So I think in order to have a chance to claw back in this and get a victory, he has to come up big in this second half.
And if you're in the Tech locker room?
Well, I think you just keep sharing the basketball, take the best shot that's available and continue with the stellar defense. Defense has really forged them to this lead.
Yeah, just continue to do what you're doing. And then, Eric, how about a little preview of the game that will come after this? You and I will have the high school game. It'll be Beckley, and, of course, you and I have had pretty much, all of Beckley's home games in the road game the other night at Shady. But Beckley now, they've played 11 games. You played 22, so this is the first game starting the second half. They're a game under 500. They're 5-6. They're playing a very good athletic team in Huntington, and Beckley has dropped a couple of games. And outside of, getting up and dusting themselves off, what do you expect Beckley? What will we see from the Flying Eagles in their game tonight against Huntington?
Well, I think tonight they have to piggyback off of some of the good I saw out of them in that second half, even in a loss to Shady. I think you really have to get your bigs involved. You know what you get in Redfern and your guards, Hawthorne and Kobe Dillon. You know what you get there, but you're going to have to continue to try to build in that post a little bit, because we've had a chance to see Huntington, and they're just as athletic as anybody. A good Bluefield team, they ran them off the floor the second half.
And Bluefield beat Shady decisively last night.
So I had a chance to view that game last night, and so if you're Beckley, you know what you got coming, and this is, like you said, the first game to start the second half of the season.
And this will be the second game that they'll have Elijah Redfern back and maybe feel a little bit more comfortable. The other night at Shady, even though he fouled out, he did have 26 points, but Shady is really – they're good everywhere, but as we talk about, you're really good when you're playing at home. And that's one thing, Beckley, they've lost a lot of games at home, and I think maybe to kind of get it turned around, they got to start being more consistent at home.
Yeah, and this is a game, this is one of those coin flip games to me. I mean, you got a Huntington team coming in here, and you have to really focus and try to get you a win tonight.
Eric, and we'll talk about this as we get to that game, but I think this could be a season-changing game for Beckley if they were able to play well and win the game, and maybe that could propel them on to bigger things. But that'll be for another time. But right now, the time is the second half. Tech up 10, 48-38, and they'll have the first possession here in the second half. So biggest lead's been 11. As I mentioned, lead 10 now.
And Tech's going back with the starting five they started with here in the second half.
Got down to 12 on the shot clock. Chapman on the drive. They cut him off. He's going to have to get a shot off. Braden Chapman straight away for three. Doesn't go. I thought maybe that was a good play by Cole Chapman.
Cole Chapman kept it alive, and
Braden Chapman will dial up a three. It won't go. He had two good looks at it.
Two good looks. And
here's a guy with Hendricks with the ball. You think if Southeast Indiana's going to get going, they got to get him really going. He's averaging 30. He had 8 in that first half. He has the ball now. And maybe he heard me as he was going for the drive, but a strip.
Tremendous hands by Cole Chapman, and we saw that for 4 years at the local school, Shady Spring High School. Just good defense.
And got a foul before the entry pass. It's going to be an Indiana foul, Indiana Southeast. So that'll be the first foul of the second half. Just a little more than a minute into the second half. Smithers for a three, a little strong.
So Tech starting, shot 4 of 9 in the first half. The three-point line has a way of balancing itself out as they start 0 for 3 here in the second half.
Well, I got to believe the more you shoot, the more you're going to miss.
That's correct. Turn it over, Southeast.
Here's Chapman, 2-on-1, over to Smithers. He'll go in for the easy layup.
Well played as Smithers gets his 15th point on the assist from Braden Chapman.
And a timeout here by Wiley Brown for Southeast Indiana. This is the biggest lead of the game right here. It'll be a 30-second timeout, I believe, or it's a full timeout, so we'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
This game is sponsored by Brian Helton. Brian is running to represent you in the state senate. Brian is the conservative choice for Raleigh, Wyoming, and Fayette counties. He is pro-life and supports our Second Amendment rights. Brian Helton will work hard to make it happen. Paid for by Helton for West Virginia. Kayla Kessinger, Treasurer.
We welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. We're updating the West Virginia Mountaineer game at Stillwater. And Eric, you said there, 10 seconds to go, Mountaineers down by 3?
Down by 3 in possession.
We got a whistle away from the ball. I'm not sure what we got. Maybe a clock issue. We had a couple of clock issues in the girls' game earlier today, and I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe there is a clock issue. But it got real quiet in here, didn't it?
Got really, really quiet.
Thought we're like at a tennis match or not, or maybe a golf outing. But anyway, West Virginia was down 69-66 in the final 10 seconds at Stillwater.
Yeah, and they had to foul, and Oklahoma State's going to seal it at the free throw line.
That win, if Oklahoma State hangs on and gets it, will be their first conference win of the year. Here's a drive. Davenport puts it up and in.
And Davenport continues. Well, no, that's his first points of the
So 2 minutes into this
game.
one, and Tech up by 10 and with the ball. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Reed. It'll stay with Tech in front of their bench. So Cole Chapman to put the ball in play. Here's Parker. 8 on the shot clock. And they leap it for Haley, and he gets to open the arm.
But a great pass by Cole Chapman as he throws it up to Haley, and Haley's able to get the hoop with the arm and maybe try to polish off a three-point play as we see here on the instant replay.
Yeah,
great ball placement.
That was not an easy play to make. So Haley will try to polish off the three-point play. He cannot. And the lead stays at 12, which equals the longest lead of the ball game. Here's Hendricks. Like I said, he came in averaging 30 a game. He's only got 8 thus far. And he's been held way under his average. But here's a guy that's played well. Nice take to the basket. And that guy right there is Lane Louderbaugh.
That's his 16th point as he's keeping Southeast within shouting distance. You know, every time Tech has had a chance to pull away, they've answered with the bucket.
Smithers thought about the three, puts it on the deck, tacks the rim, lobs it up. And now we'll shoot the corner three. That's going to be short. And Haley with the putback.
Haley with the cleanup.
Yeah.
14 for Haley now.
Clean up on aisle 14 as he gets his 14th point right there with the putback. Louderbaugh on a nice drive off the window, up and in.
Back-to-back buckets by Louderbaugh.
Here's Chapman back the other way with the three. It doesn't go. Reed will clear the rebound for Southeast Indiana.
And once again, as I was about to say it, he shoots a shot.
He's short on that three.
Yeah, but, you know, first 4 or 5 possessions, no looks.
And, you know, Eric, maybe he's pressing a little much because he hasn't got the looks. Seemed like that was a real quick shot.
It was, and it was quick and deep, and that's not what you want down 10.
Here's Chapman into the lane. We're up under 10 on the shot clock. They'll just beat the clock on a little floater to the lane. That's a nice job by Haley. So right now, Eric, he's just trading baskets, and there's no way that Southeast Indiana's going to get back in this game trading hoops. There's a hoop, and doesn't get the hoop, but draws the foul is Hendricks.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be whistled on Parker, Ashton Parker.
We watched the replay.
Yeah, but, you know, Parker goes straight up here. No, he did not. He
got body.
He got body. Got it down low.
First free throw is good. You know, one of the things, Eric, one of the officials doing this game also did the Beckley-Shady game, which you and I broadcast on Tuesday. So I mentioned to the official, I said, I don't think you'll need our help, but if you need me and Eric's help, just look our way. We'll be able to help you out with the call for sure. But I think they've done a good job, but they definitely do not need our help.
As they polish off the second one to keep it to within 10.
Yep, and 12's been the biggest lead. It's been back and forth, 12-10, 12-10 has been the lead.
And Jacoby Hendricks, the leading scorer, is now in double figures.
Yeah, he came in averaging 30. He's got 10 now as Chapman drives to the basket. Tough shot. Now they'll blow the whistle and a foul.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot of contact. Late whistle. Better late than never, right?
Well,
as Chapman gets hacked and gets to the free throw line.
You know, I say this all the time, Eric, and I think you'll agree. Just because the whistle is late doesn't mean that wasn't a foul.
Correct.
And it was a foul, and I thought that maybe the whistle would come a little sooner. But the main thing is they get it right, and they did, as Chapman makes the first of 2. But if you look back here, as I keep this running score, it's been a 12-point lead, 10-point lead, 12-10. They're going back and forth. And if you're Indiana Southeast, you got to get stops. You got to cut into the lead as Chapman makes them both.
And that puts Chapman, Maris, into double figures now. So the fourth double-figure score for Tech.
And once again, the lead back to 12, which equals the largest of the game. There's a ball screen there. Hendricks shaking and baking. Hendricks on the baseline. Good defense. They cut him off. There's a three, a little too strong. Long rebound comes out and reset the shot clock for Southeast Indiana. Davenport missed that threes. Hendrick thought he was tripped. He goes down to the floor. Here's Davenport, a 15-footer, and it's blocked. Nice defensive play
by Danzer. Great length. It looked like that shot was going to get off, and he closed out and got a piece of it.
There's a bounce pass. Haley tries to go for the slam, and he couldn't get it to go down.
Well, that's the first missed dunk of the game.
Here's Reed on the drive. It's partially blocked.
Another block by Danzer. As he's come in, Maris, and on the defensive side of the ball, made an impact.
Smithers knows what to do with it, even though he missed it. That's one thing. He's not gun shy, is he?
Not at all.
You can't shoot like he does and be gun shy. Good defense in low, and there's going to be a foul on Tech. Louderbrown, I think he got hit in the face a little bit, holding his nose. So we'll have a timeout on the floor. 14:22 remaining here in the second half. As we go to break, Tech up 12, 58-46. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
West Virginia Orthotic and Prosthetic Center provides orthotic and prosthetic devices, promoting the highest level of personal and professional patient care. West Virginia O&P has a state-of-the-art fabrication facility where devices are produced, customized, and fitted in-house by our fully certified staff. We are honored to have the opportunity to work with our veteran population, providing them with the highest level of care and support. We are conveniently located in Beckley, just off I-64 at the Brookshire Lane Medical Park. Please call for a free evaluation or contact us online.
This game is sponsored by Brian Helton. Brian is running to represent you in the state senate. Brian is the conservative choice for Raleigh, Wyoming, and Fayette counties. He is pro-life and supports our Second Amendment rights. Brian Helton will work hard to make it happen. Paid for by Helton for West Virginia. Kayla Kessinger, treasurer.
Well, 14:22 remaining in the ball game, and Tech leading 58-46. And, you know, Eric, we talked about it was a 10-point lead at the half. It's been 12. It's been back and forth, but Southeast Indiana has not really been able to cut into Tech's lead.
Yeah, they haven't. And Tech has kept them at bay. You know, really defensively, and I just want to keep reiterating it. As much as you talk about Tech offensively, I'm really impressed with the way they play defense. They close out on shooters, and they really play.
Here's Loudenball. He has the hot hand. Has had the hot hand. Davenport with it now. Perhaps got away with a walk.
Got away with some steps there.
Tough shot. Loudenball able to score.
His 6th point of the half, and he's the one really keeping them, you know, this close.
Yeah, here we are coming up 6 minutes into the half, Eric, and they played them even. It's still a 10-point lead for Tech. Is that what it was at the half?
Yeah, 20-point night.
Good ball movement and a 3-ball by Danzer in the corner. Biggest lead of the game here at 13. Hendricks, a little floater. It won't go, but he'll draw the foul. They just have not been able to get him going.
Yeah, and that was going to be whistled on Chapman. Just didn't. Got him low on the body, as we see here. Set him up with the dribble and got past him, but made it a tough shot. So let's see if Hendricks can get to the free throw line, where he's 3 of 4, and his only points of the second half have been at the charity stripe.
So Hendricks will shoot 2. First one looks good and is. Got a new player into the ball game. That'll be Carr.
Armani Carr checks in.
Yep.
Not able to score in the first half, but did pick up 1 personal foul.
And Hendricks ready for the second free throw. He got them both. And the lead's 11 for Tech. Tech 14-4 overall, 7-2 in the league. This has been one of the better years that Tech has had. is inside. There's a foul, and Parker, he's shaking off his arm or his hand.
And both guys, J.J. Reed, who got whistled on the fouls, we can see, I think they both get tangled up here nice on the slip the screen.
Yeah, it looked like a collision in midair right there, didn't it? And, maybe his hand's asleep. I don't know. He's like shaking his hand.
When you hit that with not so funny bone, I don't know who gave it the name funny bone because
there's nothing funny,
you hit
nothing funny about it, is there?
Can't shake that off. I'd say it's all right, Coach. I can shoot these left-handed.
Well, they might want me or you, Eric, to go in there and shoot the free throws for him.
That's one thing I think I still could do. I still could go in there and make one.
So a couple of free throws coming, and the first one is good.
See, ain't nothing like making that basket to make you can shake off that funny bone now.
Yeah. So Parker set, free throw. He made one of two. The first one hit the front of the rim and went for him. That one's a little short. And that's the time where he will look down at his hand, won't he, Eric?
Yeah.
Say, wait a minute. As Tech turns him over. Chapman, good play. He held it up. Chapman on the drive, puts up the short shot. It won't go. Reed clears the rebound. Reed on the move. Here's Hendricks with the drive and a little floater on the baseline. He left it short.
And you're right. Everything's just been short. Not really getting anything easy tonight.
So here's Cole Chapman with it. There's two Chapmans on the floor for Tech. Cole Chapman with the ball. Braden Chapman out there as well. Here's Parker trying to back his man down. Danzer will dial it up and hit for three. That's his second. Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Right on cue. That's his second long ball of the second half. The only two makes from distance for Tech.
Biggest lead of the game right here at 15. But you're right, Eric. As good as Tech is offensively, as Davenport scores, as good as they are, and you hear a lot about scoring, but, man, their defense.
Yeah, they play good team defense. They communicate well, switch well.
And, one of their main guys, too, that's a big part of this team, Andrew Work, has played very limited minutes here this afternoon due to an injury.
That George Wilmer, Coach Wilmer and his coaching staff really put together complementary basketball players, a lot of interchangeable guys, and you don't fall off when you have a deep – they're eight-man rotation.
Right, and you got to think as the ball comes into Haley, he loses it. But you got to think, though, as long as they maintain this lead, back the other way, Reed will catch and slam it home. And what I was going to say, Eric, is you got to think as long as Tech is able to maintain this lead, we probably won't see too much of Work the remainder of the game.
Yeah, no, just let him – he tried it in the first half, got in, missed two free throws, and then
he pretty much came out.
Pretty much came out.
Parker just backing his guy down, head fake, and they call a foul, which was a foul because Reed was all up in his body.
Yeah,
he thought he had the ball. He did get the ball, but got the rest of him too, so watch the replay.
Yeah, and this is just good. This is old-fashioned basketball.
Yeah,
back him down
yep.
And, just man basketball. I'm just going to back you down and either get the bucket or get to the free throw line.
And the free throw is good. Parker makes the first of two.
Hey, Ashton Parker's elbow's back to working on that first one.
Yeah, so what hurt a hand, elbow, arm. Biggest lead's been 15, and Parker trying to make it a 13-point lead, which he does. So now it looks like Tech's going to play maybe a little zone here, Eric.
Oh, I thought that was a turnover.
It was. As Hendrick lost his feet. Haley on the drive, off the glass, up and in.
Haley put his man in the spin cycle as he dribbled down court and gets the easy two.
Equals the largest lead of the game at 15. Good power move to the basket, but it's blocked from behind by Haley.
Haley said, "Don't worry, Cole Chapman. I have your back right there." As Cole was taken to the bucket, but good help defense, and that's what you need to be a good defensive team. Someone that can erase a shot.
Reed will check back into the lineup for Southeast Indiana. Here's a three on its way. That's short. And Haley comes out of there with a rebound. Under 11 minutes remaining in the game.
Yeah, this is where Southeast needs to really get a stop because it's getting on the verge of being a 20-point game.
But as you mentioned, Eric, and so rightly so, Tech has got a lot of interchangeable parts. Their 8-9-man rotation has been really good here today. Good ball movement. Craven for three. It won't go. And we got a foul, and it's going to be
on Southeast.
Right here.
Yeah. I think that was on Haley. Thomas Haley did a good job of getting offensive rebound position and was held as he was going to get the ball.
And, Eric, with that foul, that's the 16th foul on Indiana Southeast. So every foul for the remainder of the game will put Tech at the line.
Free throw time here.
So with 10:38 left in the game, 15-point advantage. This equals the largest lead of the game. Once again, that old style basketball, Haley trying to back his man down. Two-man game, Chapman for three. Got it.
Bang from downtown, Braden Chapman.
So biggest lead of the game right here at 18. Reed on the drive. Down low with the pass. That's good. That pass is caught by Hadaway.
And Ethan Hadaway gets his 4th point. And like we said, nothing inside. The only inside, what I consider inside points from the post have come from Hadaway.
Haley will put it up and in and draw the foul.
And the foul's going to be on Hadaway, the team's 7th.
That's what you call foul away right there, right, as we watch the replay. Great move by Haley. Leans in, body contact, off the glass for the hoop, and now he'll draw the foul. As Hendricks will check back in.
And this is Thomas Haley's 2nd attempt at the free throw line. He missed an earlier and one attempt. Let's see if he can polish it off with the lefty here.
And he does just that. Biggest lead of the game right here. 19-point advantage.
21 points for Thomas Haley on the afternoon.
We're under 10 for the game. The Tech looks once again back in a zone. Under 10 to shoot. Here's a three from the near corner, is too strong.
Chapman with the rebound, Braden that is.
Carr put up that three ball for Indiana. Here's Cole Chapman for three. It's short, and Carr will clear the rebound for Indiana Southeast. Carr, a little mid-ranger, knocks it down.
Armani Carr with his first points of the game.
Coming up on the 9-minute mark here, the second half.
Nice cut.
Pass, yes. Nice cut and pass. Three ball, good. That's the third three ball for Danzer. And we got a timeout. A 20-point lead, biggest lead of the game right here, Eric. And
5 players in double figures for Tech.
I think we're going to have a 30-second timeout. And while we got a minute, we will tell you about Modley's Plumbing and Heating. I had to call Modley's this week. They came in, they took care of me, and they'll take care of you. 304-253-HELP from the good folks at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. Also, the game being brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel with locations in Beckley and in Princeton. The good folks at Cracker Barrel, the old country store. Will Eric, 20-point advantage. Biggest lead of the game right here for Tech. Coming up next, we've got a boys high school basketball game that will conclude the triple header. We had a Tech women's game, which Tech lost by 10, 60-50. Now Tech in the men's game up by 20. And as I mentioned, Eric, the final one, the nightcap, will be Beckley and Huntington. And we think we're going to be highly entertained in that as well.
Yeah, and it's going to be one of the, an up and down kind of game. And I think that Huntington has to come in here and shoot it really well from the three.
Of course, looking ahead, Eric, you and I, as the rest of our video production crew, will have a pretty busy week. We've got a couple games on Monday. You and I will be having the Bluefield-Beckley girls game, while Bill O'Brien and Brian Helton will have Shading Independence over at Coal City, a makeup game. Tuesday, you and I will be back here for Beckley-Greenbrier East boys game. Thursday, you and I will have Riverside-Beckley girls. Next Friday, you and I will have Bluefield and Beckley here. And then on Saturday, UNI will have the 1 o'clock Parkersburg and Beckley girls game at the school. Bill O'Brien will have the Tech game here next Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock. So busy schedule for all of us at Video Production. Little short shot doesn't go for Hendricks.
Yeah, tough afternoon, Maris, for Hendricks.
Yeah. For somebody that scores 30 points, and what's he got, 10?
12.
4
free throws in the second half.
That's still a long way from 30. It is. Chapman dials up a 3.
Bang, bang from 3. Braden Chapman.
So now Tech has really put their foot on the gas, and they've opened this big lead.
Yes, they have, and they've shot it well as of late, but the defense is stellar.
And it's going to stay with Indiana Southeast.
I mean, with 8 minutes to go, with 81 points, it's not out of the question if they hit the 100-point mark.
Well, I have done – this will be my 5th game of Tech, and 2 of them they've scored triple digits. There's offensive foul. They scored 111 in one and like 105 in another of 2 of the five previous games that I have done.
Look at Little General instant replay. Yeah. Great position. You got to stand in there and take one of those. You got to be a good defensive player.
And you'd think, Eric, with this lead coming up on 8 minutes to go, that Tech will win this. Tech will go 7-1 here, and I said that's the key. Playing well at home. And Danzer trying to go 4 for 4 from downtown. That was a little strong.
They moved him off his spot. All 3 had been from that corner.
Yep.
That was from the wing.
Here's a 15-footer's good. That's a new player into the ball game.
Matt Jones.
Matt Jones knocks that down.
Yeah.
And that's odd, Eric, because we've got my brother Matt and Tony Jones sitting right beside me.
Yeah, Matt
So
Jones.
we got Matt Jones as Matt Jones made that shot. Here's Danzer on a drive, puts up a short shot, a little too strong.
That's about the only way those 2 can make a bucket, mashing them in.
We got a held ball. The arrow will keep it with Indiana. So Parker will check back into the ball game. He's had a nice afternoon.
Yes, he has. Parker comes back in with 15 points in the game.
There's a pass inside. They go inside out. Davenport will dial it up for 3, and he'll hit.
7 points all in the second half for Davenport. Another lefty. We talk about it a lot. A lot of left-handed players.
Little mini
game.
5-0 run by Indiana Southeast, but they'll need more than that, Eric. They've not been able to slow this Tech team down. As Smithers will dial it up for 3. It doesn't go. And here's Davenport with it. Reed. Davenport goes for 2 in a row. He can't hit that one.
Yeah, it looks like Tech now is content to,
run a little clock
run
here.
a little clock, run a little offense.
That's why, when you said that they had 81 and they could easily maybe get 100, I was thinking that, and they still might. But now when you have the lead, you play with the lead and run a little clock.
Yeah,
maybe you don't play as fast. Right.
Steps out of bounds.
I think he did. Yep.
Oh, no, they called a push on the floor.
Called a foul.
That's going to be on Hadaway.
And that'll be free throw time.
Yes.
We watched the replay there, a little bump. But he did step out, and the reason he stepped out because he got bumped out.
Because he got pushed, yes.
Yeah, because there could be no more force outs. It's either you're out of bounds or a foul. So Haley will get to the line, and he'll shoot 1-1 here. Haley set, ready. And he cannot convert. New player into the ball game for the first time for Southeast, and that's Brady Scholler into the game. You're seeing his first action of the game for Southeast Indiana. And Louderbaugh has had a good game. And
just look at the defense.
The defense.
Just great.
Swarming, isn't it?
Yes. Look, steal.
Steal by Chapman.
Great anticipation of the next pass.
Trying to have the lob that for Haley, and they throw it away. Even if Haley caught that, Eric, I think that would have been tough.
Tough.
The angle that he had on the basket, I think that would have been hard for him to score. Danzer back into the ball game for Tech. So Tech trying to go 8-2 in the league, 15-4 overall, and over this next 5:48, up 18. You think they'd be able to hold on and be able to do that?
Another deflection by the Tech defense.
There's Louderbaugh into the lane, knocks it down.
22.
So, you know, what was a 23-point game a minute ago, now 16, a 7-0 run.
Well, see, sometimes when you slow it down to run clock, you get out of rhythm.
Right. Smithers for 3. It doesn't go. Long rebounds out. It's ran down. Good job by Schuler. Back the other way with numbers. Inside. Bucket. Tech's going to need a timeout. That bucket was put in by Lang. It's a 9-0 run, and Tech's, are they going to play through it? Looks like maybe they will. Nope, they're going to call a timeout. But with 4:59 left in the game, a 30-second timeout will keep it here. But it's a 9-0 run, and what was 23-point lead a minute ago was only 14 now.
Yeah, and I don't know if they intentionally, slowed it down, but that's one of those things, Maris. You know, sometimes you got to keep your foot on the gas pedal because the car doesn't run like it used to if you slow it up sometimes.
That's for sure. All right, this afternoon's game is brought to you in part by Infinity Coal. Infinity Coal, if you want to work close to home, you can come and join the team at Infinity Coal Company. They're located in Sophia, West Virginia, which has been in operation since 2011. Also, the game here this afternoon brought to you in part by Indoor Air. Indoor Air is a proud sponsor of sports in the great state of West Virginia. For all your heating and cooling needs, you can dial up your Amana dealer at Indoor Air at 304-890-2212. Well, the final 5 minutes, pretty much 5 minutes, 1 second less, 4:59 for the game. And like we said, Eric, what was a 23-point lead not that long ago, it's now been trimmed to 14, a 9-0 run by Indiana Southeast.
Yeah, they've done it with a little bit of defense. A rare transition bucket by Southeast, to cut into this lead. And with 5 minutes to go, it's go time for them if they're wanting to. They clawed back in it, but now they got to try to get this, to under double digits, probably around the 3-minute mark to have a chance.
But at least, they have put themselves in somewhat position.
Yeah, shouting
position
distance
to get
again.
in position,
That's
right?
right.
So let's see what Tech will do out of the timeout. Let's see what play, if they'll draw it up. Both Parker and Haley back into the ball game. And they go to Haley there with 7 to shoot. They double team him. Smithers will have to dial up a 3, and he hits a big 3-ball. That'll stop a 9-0 run, give Tech a little breathing room.
18 for Smithers.
So Tech has been really, a lot of players have really spread the wealth around, and what a nice shot that was. That's a two for Louderbaugh. He's played really well for Indiana Southeast.
24 points.
Yeah.
To lead all scorers.
Well, as Parker able to score, but anytime you got a guy averaging 30 and struggle the way Hendricks has, and he has set out the biggest part of this run, that it's going to be hard when you're 30-point game. 30-point score a game has really struggled here today.
Yeah, but everyone else has picked the slack up. Got away with a wall.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Yep. So on the turnover, Tech will have it. 3:46 to go. And Tech's going to get their 15th win of the season, Eric, and, 15-4. They try to get the ball inside to Parker.
Nice look.
Yes, and nice job in a finish by Haley.
What a pass by Braden Chapman. He saw it and delivered a strike.
Reed had the hot hand early, hasn't been as hot as of late. There's a guy with a hot hand. That's going to be an air ball. The ball did not hit the rim, so the clock continues, and then Davenport able to bank it home.
Davenport's been a second half surprise as he gets his 9th point.
Yeah, Tech in no hurry, under 3 minutes for the game. But it's been a good total team effort on both ends of the floor for Tech. They've really spread the scoring around. They played really good team defense. Little floater. It's a little short by Smithers. And here's Reed with it. Reed to the basket. Reed lays it up and in. Two and a half to go. Leads 15. Tech is led by as many as 23.
Looks like Tech will content to run some clock.
Smithers for three. It won't go. Good rebound by Haley, and he throws it away. Ball's loose at midcourt. Here's a three, and that is no good. That three was put up that time by Schuler. And Haley will get the rebound, and now Tech want to slow things down. Coming up on the 2-minute mark here of the ball game. And I think the crowd here at Tech kind of sense with the ball, Eric, 15-point lead now under 2.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Tech's got this one.
Yeah, got this one in the bag.
Smithers for three, little strong. Schuler with the rebound. We'll have a quick wrap-up. We've got our third game. That shot is left short in the lane by Ladderball. We've got Beckley and Huntington boys high school basketball coming up here on Video Productions. And I'm looking, we're about another hour away from that game. We're right at 4:30 local time. That game's scheduled to tip at 5:30. In fact, I haven't even seen Huntington in the building yet. Have you, Eric?
No, not saw him walk through the big door at the back of the basket there.
There's Cole Chapman's shot being partially blocked. Coming up on the final minute of this one, Tech up 15. Davenport with a little fall away, and he knocks it down.
Davenport gets into double figures.
So Tech led by as many as 23, and Southeast Indiana is able to trim off 10 points. But the lead's 13, and Tech will they really don't have to shoot. They can just run the clock out. And when I mean run the clock out, it'd be the shot clock, but still they would only leave maybe one possession for Southeast Indiana. But Haley says, I can get two more maybe. 4 on the clock, he's got to shoot it, and a little kiss off the glass.
When it's going right, it's going right.
That's what you call living well. No doubt, for sure. Final 20 seconds of this one. Davenport, they cut him off, and he'll throw it away. So
that's 25 for Thomas Haley for Tech.
So they put 90 up and lead by 15, and really all they got to do is now dribble the timeout, and Tech will win their 15th game of the year. Tech will go to 15-4. They'll go 8-2 in the league. This will be their third straight win. It'll be 7-1 here at home. That's some pretty good numbers if you're Tech, isn't it?
That is. That's.
And for Southeast Indiana, they will go to 8-11. They'll go to 4-7 in the league as Braden Chapman will just dribble it out. Your final score, Tech wins it 90-75. And we will take a break. We'll come back. We'll recap, and we'll do that on the other end of the break right after this here on Video Productions.
Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Access Health is your medical home, committed to providing comprehensive health care to ensure the health and well-being of you and your family. Offering a variety of primary care services, Access Health specializes in women's health, pediatrics, family practice, adult medicine, and behavioral health. Our staff offers quality personal care with exceptional service and innovative technology to keep you and your family well. Access Health. We're your medical home.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. Heavy hitter Mr. Nick Eskins producing and directing. Jackie Moon on camera. Final score. WVU Tech has defeated Indiana Southeast 90-75. Tech is now 15-5, 8-2 in the league. They've now won 3 in a row, and they're 7-1 at home. Indiana Southeast are now 8-11 overall and 4-7 in league play. We're going to recap the game, and recap the game is brought to you by Edward Jones Financial Advisors. Call up Heather Cantley at 304-254-9995. Also, the recap brought to you by Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel with locations in Beckley and Princeton. Cracker Barrel, the old country store. Well, Tech scored the first 7 points of the ball game. Then the game was even at 11. Back and forth we went, 18. Game tied at 18, then 25-21. It was a 10-point lead for Tech, 48-38 at the break. Into the second half, Tech's lead got as big as 23 before a nice run had trimmed the lead to 14, and then Tech able to hang on and win the ball game by 15, 90-75. So we're going to go ahead and take one more break. When we come back, Eric will go inside the numbers, and we'll do it on the other end of the break right after this here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Midstate Ford, where every deal is a Big John deal. Northside Drive, Route 19 in Summersville. Come see why people from all over the great state of West Virginia are making the drive to Summersville. Incredible deals on brand new Fords. The state's guaranteed lowest price on brand new F-150s, Super Duties, and more. Plus incredible service after the sale at Midstate Ford, Northside Drive, right off of Route 19 in Summersville. Online anytime at MidstateFordWV.com.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. Final score, West Virginia Tech, they defeat Indiana Southeast 90-75. We're going to go inside the numbers, and inside the numbers are brought to you by, let me see who we got pulled up there, by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. And they're having a Saturday, February 10th, a Sweetheart Futuristic Bowling from 10 to midnight, $17 a person, $32 a couple. You can dial them up, 304-253-7328. And also brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel, the old country store, locations in Beckley and Princeton. For the numbers of this Big Tech victory, here's Eric.
Okay, both teams shot it well from the floor as in the Indiana Southeast finished the game 31 of 60 from the field, and that's 51%, and 7 of 21 from 3, that's 33%. But West Virginia Tech finished 34 of 57 from the field and a whopping 10 of 26 from the three-point line, and that's 38% from three. And anytime you shoot a blistering pace like that, you're going to win big, as they did today. Tech was leading scoring with they had 5 players in double figures today, Maris. They had Thomas Haley with 25, Brant Smithers with 18, Braden Chapman with 16, Ashton Parker with 17, and off the bench, Cameron Danzer scored 11, and he had 3 straight threes in a row, to really, when Indiana Southeast pulled within 10 to really extend that lead. For Indiana Southeast, they also had 5 players in double figures. They were led by Lane Latterball with 24, J.J. Reed with 18. Their leading scorer came in averaging 30 points a game. Jacoby Hendricks was held to 12 points, and it was a tough night of shooting for him as well. And rounding out double figures was Nolan Davenport with 11.
So with this Tech victory, they'll go to 15-5 overall. Like I said, 8-2 in the league. They've now won 3 in a row. They're 7-1 at home. Indiana Southeast will go 8-11 overall, 4-7 in the league. So we'll wrap this up, and then we'll be back at 5:05. They got to clear the building because it'll be a completely different crowd for the Beckley-Huntington boys game that Eric and I will have. The game will tip at 5:30. We'll be back at 5:05. So for Eric Thomas and the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, for our cameraman here this afternoon, Jackie Moon, I'm Maris Lowry, repeating the final score. WVU Tech in this men's game defeats Indiana Southeast 90-75. We'll be back at 5:05. Till then, good evening, everybody.